Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 as we start another week. Charlotte is in. Susan is still on family leave. Things haven't changed.
Nope, things have not changed. We wish her and her family the best.
Yes,
and as soon as she comes back, you will be the first to know.
Well, hopefully we'll be the first to know, but...
Yeah.
All right, it's that time of year again. News 3 Now is partnering with the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County in hopes of helping kids get the coats they need ahead of winter.
And Americans across the country remember September 11th, 2001. It's a day that is difficult to forget.
And the FDA has approved a new round of COVID vaccines. So what are the next steps before they get into people's arms? Let's take a look outside.
Oh, that's pretty. We need some...
Sunflowers on a cloudy day. There's a song there somewhere.
Yeah.
A cool, showery Tuesday. Greg's in the backyard. Kind of fall-like out there.
Yeah, it has been fall-like today, and we'll probably see another couple days that'll be close to fall-like too, although we'll start to see more sun as we get through the rest of this week too. But overall, we still got some showers that are actually beginning to dig south from central Wisconsin, but the main batch will really light rain associated with the front as well to the south. Zooming in right now, not too many showers, but we're starting to see an uptick to the north, so that's what we're kind of watching as it's going to dig south into southern Wisconsin throughout the nighttime. Precipitation yesterday, not much overnight, really just a small area that picked up maybe more than a quarter to a half or even 3/4. Madison, the airport, picked up a little over 3/10, but it really drops off as you go further north to almost nothing as you get up to the Dells. So some rain, but definitely not a lot. Really, there's a long batch of moisture along this front that stretches all the way down to northern Texas. As you zoom in, we can kind of see that showers up to the north that are beginning to kind of wrap around and push south, and that's what we're watching. Along with that other little batch of rain that's up into northern Minnesota, that's the system for tomorrow that we're watching for more showers going on. As we zoom in, you can kind of see what's going on. We still have some peaks of the sun, and that has helped warm up some of the temperatures in the area to almost 70 degrees. Otherwise, this evening, we're going to have scattered showers. Once again, a hit and miss type of evening with cloud cover and even some peaks of the sun. So temperatures will hold kind of in the upper low 60s and then falling to the mid 50s overnight too. Coming up, and there's your overnight lows, mid 50s to even the upper 40s if you go further north, where they will see a little bit more clearing. So it will be somewhat chilly in certain areas. Coming up later, we'll actually time out those showers and even a storm possible tomorrow. We'll have a slow warm up the rest of the week, and also we do have some fog potential to mention too. All that coming a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thank you. Well, September is here, and before you know it, the colder weather will be as well, and that means it's time for the News 3 Now Coats for Kids campaign.
We are working to pack the truck with donations starting today. Jalen Banks joins us from Clinky Cleaners in Monona. And Jalen, how's it going out there so far?
I would say it's going really well. As you can see behind me, the truck is getting pretty full, but as for the temperatures, I'd say today is the perfect day to be wearing a coat. Probably not quite a winter coat, but you definitely need it. So I'm here at Clinky Cleaners in Monona for the 38th annual Coats for Kids coat drive, and I am luckily to be joined with Assistant Vice President Terry Lynn Yonke. So just tell me, where does that heart for giving and helping others come from?
Well, I work for Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County, so its mission is to help others, and especially kids who need it the most. So we serve kids 2.5 to 24, and so this just made perfect sense for us to partner up with News 3 Now and Clinky's Cleaners and Magic 98 for this Coats for Kid drive. And isn't this cute?
Yes, that looks wonderful. So you've actually been here since 4:30 a.m.
Yes.
So just tell me, you know, what's kept you motivated to continue to serve and collect the coats for today?
Yeah, so today's the kickoff, so that's special. So this kicks off the drive for coats. And so to be here to collect from people, a lady just dropped off some hand-knitted scarves. Oh, yeah. And, you know, she was so proud of them. And it's just wonderful how the community steps up. And so being here is no problem. And so this is the kickoff, but it goes through October 7th. And so any Clinky Cleaners or Boys and Girls Club location will gladly accept new and gently used coats.
So over the past 38 years, there have been over 300,000 coats collected. Just tell me what you guys are continuing to look for in terms of donations for kids in the area.
Well, Michael Johnson asked for 50,000 this morning. That might be a little high,
That's okay.
But yeah, we would like the community to support about 5,000 coats. And so that's what we're looking for, and especially the little kids. The little kid size is
All right.
most needed.
Well, sounds good. Thank you guys so much. You guys have about 2.5 more hours left. This wraps up at 6:30. Again, this is the Clinky Cleaners location in Monona. And reporting in Monona, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
Jalen, thank you. Again, you can donate at Clinky Cleaners on Monona Drive until 6:30, as Jalen said. New and gently worn children's winter coats and accessories will be accepted. You can also buy items off the Amazon wish list through this story on channel3000.com. And you can donate at any of the 10 Clinky's Cleaners locations now through October 7th.
An athlete died after dealing with a medical emergency while participating in the Ironman Wisconsin Triathlon yesterday. The athlete needed medical attention during the bike portion of the race in Cross Plains. A race staffer and off-duty police officer provided some medical attention on the course before emergency crews took the person to a local hospital where he later died. Organizers didn't share any further information about the specifics of the person's condition, but officials with the Dane County Sheriff's Office said that the athlete was a 51-year-old man from Madison.
A 17-year-old Portage High School student was killed in a crash in Ingerbertston Road in Newport on Saturday. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office said in a Facebook post made last night that the car was traveling westbound on Ingerbertston Road. It was approaching Fish Drive at 11:04 p.m. on Saturday. Officials say the driver lost control and entered a ditch, hit a tree, and flipped over. The sheriff's office said speed was a factor in the crash. Officials found the car heavily damaged with the driver inside the vehicle. A Republican-controlled committee today recommended firing Wisconsin's top election official rather than reappointing her, clearing the way for a vote by the full GOP-led state Senate as soon as Thursday. The Senate Elections Committee voted 3-1 along party lines, with one Democrat abstaining against confirming nonpartisan Wisconsin Elections Commission Administrator Megan Wolf for a second term. Democrats have accused GOP leaders of improperly pushing through Wolf's confirmation after the Elections Commission's 3 Republicans and 3 Democrats deadlocked along party lines in a reappointment vote in June.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration authorized and approved updated COVID boosters today amid rising cases and hospitalizations across the country. The boosters, made by Pfizer and Moderna, were formulated to target variants that are currently circulating, which are related to XBB. That's an offshoot of the Omicron variant. Next, an independent advisory panel from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention will meet tomorrow to provide recommendations on who should be eligible for the new booster. The final step will be a sign-off from the CDC director.
Well, Americans are marking 22 years since the September 11th terror attacks, which killed nearly 3,000 people and forever changed this country. Mourners gathered in Lower Manhattan to remember the thousands of lives lost. In keeping with tradition, family members read aloud the names of loved ones who were killed at the Pentagon. An American flag was unfurled, and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin took part in a wreath-laying ceremony to honor the nearly 200 lives lost there.
The men and women of the Department of Defense will always remember.
And in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, relatives left flowers at the memorial wall for victims of United Flight 93, which crashed when passengers tried to overtake the hijackers. As family members grieve, they hold true to their enduring message to never forget. Closer to home, the American Red Cross teamed up with the Madison Fire and Police Departments today for their annual Never Forget blood drive.
The event has collected nearly 1,000 blood donations since it started in 2012. Our Kyle Pazorski joins us to share just how meaningful the drive is for area first responders.
For many first responders in their 20s and 30s, their memories of 9/11 are thin, being too young. Others who are a little bit older still remember that day, but whether young or old, all say donating today is a way to make sure those lives are never forgotten. Former Madison police officer Lisa Wing shared with us a memory from that day of seeing one of the Twin Towers fall. Later, as she went to work, the feeling of not knowing how to process what she witnessed flooded over her.
It just hit me, and I remember going to work that day and just walking down the street, and it seemed so surreal walking up to the building and running into coworkers, and just, you didn't know what to say to each other.
Today was Lisa's 11th year of donating to the Never Forget blood drive. She says doing so is an important way to give back. Unfortunately, the Red Cross has seen a decrease in donations this summer. Officials with the organization say that recent events like Hurricane Idalia and the wildfires in Hawaii further show the importance of donating. If you missed today's drive, you can always find others coming up through the Red Cross website.
Well, there was also some reflection on 9/11 back here in Wisconsin. Sun Prairie Fire and Rescue Company held a remembrance ceremony this morning. It started at 7:46 a.m. That's the exact time the first tower was hit 22 years ago. They say they will continue to remember 9/11 as a day to focus on those who serve, have served, and to honor those we have lost.
It is an honor to remember those who sacrificed their lives to help those in need on 9/11. They are the true definition of an emergency responder, arriving to deal with an emergency by putting others in front of their own safety.
Speakers included a firefighter, a paramedic, and a police officer. Sun Prairie Fire and Rescue say they promise to never forget, and they intend to keep that promise.
Well, President Biden came home today from an overseas trip attending the G20 summit and a visit to Vietnam. He used the trip to push for stronger economic ties between the two countries. The U.S. views Vietnam as a viable alternative to China when it comes to manufacturing critical components such as semiconductors.
Secure supply chains for small businesses. It's about creating free and open Indo-Pacific for all.
The U.S. and Vietnam also shared concerns over China's claims of ownership over the South China Sea, a critical route for global trade. The president did say the U.S. is not looking to hurt China. He said he's not trying to, quote, contain them. And that remark drew criticism from Republicans on Capitol Hill, who accused the president of projecting weakness.
Well, hopefully this will give you a little giggle here. A new museum exhibit is opening in Washington, D.C., and the items inside are guaranteed not to impress. Dubbed the Museum of Failures, the exhibit showcases some of the worst business ideas in modern history. Items like the hula chair, which was meant to work out your abs while you were working on spreadsheets, or Thirsty Cat, fish-flavored water for your furry feline friends. There's even an addition from this year. Remember this? Starbucks coffee and olive oil flavored drink, the Oleato? The museum is meant to show that failing should not be the worst thing in the world.
Failure is actually a much better teacher than success. We learn a lot from failure, and seeing that as part of a journey and part of our path to innovation.
The Museum of Failure started in 2017 in Sweden and is now traveling the world, showing off the best of the worst.
I thought I saw my picture in there. What the heck?
Gosh. I don't think you're in that.
All right. All right. Well, not all the victims of 9/11 were killed that fateful day.
We'll look at the lasting side effects hundreds of firefighters suffered long after rescue and cleanup. Stay with us.
Fry Construction invites you to usher in the fall season with our exclusive fall sale. We're talking about savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our fall savings. Save 23% off gutters with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night. Your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 78 years. And during our 78th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $78. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So let's get to yours with an SUV like the Ford Edge with a bright 12-inch LCD touchscreen, the power of an EcoBoost engine to get up and go, intelligent all-wheel drive, and a panoramic Vista roof to get a better view of your world. Be future ready with Ford Edge. Choose FlexBuy on Edge and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,000 FlexBuy cash, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
After surviving breast cancer, I felt this calling to help other women heal. I thought, why not build a respite house? I wasn't sure it was going to work financially speaking for my family, but with the guidance of Thrivent, I really felt like we were going to figure it out. Taking the leap to start my nonprofit has been the most rewarding thing I've done in my life.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying...
He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win.
How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
When an inexperienced Whole Foods driver tipped his truck over while pulling off the interstate to take a break, a bus carrying a high school band ran into the overturned semi. The crash killed 5 people and injured dozens of others. 2 of the victims' families hired Habish, & Rotier. The settlements they received totaled over $4.5 million. And the skill expended by the Habish team is head and shoulders above one phone call and a quick settlement. Habish, & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. The American researcher who became seriously ill during a descent into one of the world's deepest caves is on his way back to the surface.
Teams from around the world are helping rescue Mark Dickey from Turkey's Morka cave. 9 days ago, the 40-year-old was hit with gastric pain that turned into bleeding and vomiting at a terrifying depth of about 3,000 feet below the surface. Dickey and his rescuers have since zigzagged a path higher than New York's Empire State Building, with a team from each country assigned to a specific stage to help on the way up.
The doctors let him walk for very few steps just because this helped himself also for his psychological well-being. Okay, so he's not walking to exit autonomously from the cave for sure.
Dickey cannot eat because of his condition and is being given an IV for nutrients. He's also needed 4 liters of blood. Turkish officials expect the rescue to be completed as soon as Tuesday or Wednesday, and Dickey will finally receive the full medical attention he needs.
Well, tennis star Novak Djokovic has done it again. The 36-year-old Serb won the U.S. Open for the 4th time last night, beating Daniil Medvedev in straight sets. Djokovic is the oldest man to ever win the tournament, but there's no sign that Father Time is catching up to him. It is his 3rd Grand Slam title this year and the 24th in his career, the most all-time. Djokovic told CBS Mornings that seeing his daughter in the stands inspired him to power through the match.
I just felt a huge relief, and I was just thankful it was over. And the first thing I wanted to do after I exchanged words with him at the net is to hug my daughter.
In the women's tournament, Utes prevailed. Oh, my goodness. On Saturday, 19-year-old Coco Gauff beat Aryna Sabalenka of Belarus. She's the youngest American to win the U.S. Open since 17-year-old Serena Williams in 1999.
Well, apparently Americans have more money in their coffers than ever before. Household wealth is now $154.3 trillion. That's more than $2 trillion more than the previous record of $152 trillion set early last year. Most of that money has come from increasing stock and home values. Of course, take the number with a grain of salt. Because of inflation, $154.3 trillion has less actual value today than $152 trillion did last year.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
Stocks close higher across the board. The Dow Industrials added 87 points, closing at 34,773. The Nasdaq was up 156 points, or over 1%. The S&P 500 gained almost 30. Well, in the attack on the World Trade Center, more than 300 firefighters lost their lives. But today, we're still seeing the devastating impact of those attacks on those who did initially survive.
New data reveals that nearly the same amount of firefighters have died of 9/11 related illnesses as those who lost their lives on that tragic day. Jason Carroll has the story.
I think we just miss him. He was just always present in everything we did.
Jim Brosey says not a day has gone by where he has not thought about his father.
If you were speaking to him, you were the only person in the world he was talking to. And he was as good as they come.
His father, Lieutenant Joe Brosey, a veteran of the New York City Fire Department for more than 3 decades, died this past February 3rd. After a long battle with stage 4 lung cancer. Doctors gave him months to live after his diagnosis in 2015. He gave this moving interview to the FDNY in 2019.
Nothing's impossible. It just hasn't been done yet. You have to believe that you're going to beat it. If you believe, it will happen.
Lieutenant Joseph Brosi, Engine 88, February 3rd, 2023.
Brosi's name, one of 43 added to the FDNY World Trade Center Memorial Wall last week, which commemorates firefighters, paramedics, and civilian support staff who died from post-9/11 illnesses. It's the second largest group added to the memorial since it was created in 2011, when 55 names were added. The number of lives lost from post-9/11 illnesses on the wall now stands at 341, almost equaling the 343 FDNY firefighters killed that day.
That number has grown each year, and my fear is it will continue to grow.
Brosi says his father was at Ground Zero on 9/11 and remained working there day in and day out. So too was New York City firefighter Daniel Foley. Foley pledged to stay at the site until his older brother Thomas, also a city firefighter, was found. Foley ended up finding his brother's body 11 days later. He continued to help with the recovery efforts for months. He died from pancreatic cancer in 2020. He was 46.
He was diagnosed with 9/11 cancer, and we talk about the fact that 9/11 not only killed Uncle Tommy, but 20 years later, killed Daddy.
The message from firefighters and their families, years after one of the darkest days in U.S. history, first responders are still suffering and dying as a result of their service.
The other thing is, it's the people who aren't dying but are sick, and they're not living, but they're alive. And no one measures that loss.
A final note, both Brosi and his brother Joe are New York City firefighters who were also there on 9/11 working alongside their father. Are you concerned about your health in terms of the future?
I will say I monitor my health very closely. I will not live my life in worry.
Well, exposure to the dust at the World Trade Center has been tied to heightened risk of cardiovascular disease among firefighters who responded to the scene. Respiratory disease and thousands of cancer diagnoses have also been linked to the toxic pollutants released during the attacks.
In addition to first responders, the attacks have left others with lasting health impacts, and that includes people who worked at the World Trade Center, passers-by, residents of surrounding buildings, and even volunteers who spent time at Ground Zero in the weeks after.
A terrible day. Well, still to come, what's in a name?
We will find out how tropical cyclones are named when we go beyond the barometer.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Hi, it's Preston from Window World, your locally owned and nationally known remodeler. Experience customer care and appreciation like you deserve with a family-owned small business located right here in Madison.
Let us turn your bland entrance into a grand entrance with a top-quality installed entry door.
For the best windows, the best install, and the best price, call Window World today.
special report.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with the fastest wireless speeds. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
How can you make a difference in the world when there is so much need?
Be a mentor.
Young people need a positive role model to succeed and navigate life's challenges. Think about someone in your life who helped you get where you are today. A mentor assures young people that someone cares and makes them feel like they matter. Learn about mentorship opportunities in the 608 at unitedmadison.com/mentoring. Brought to you by Fearing's Audio Video Security and United Madison.
Take a look at this. A sheriff's deputy in Clay County, Florida, remained calm while dealing with a persistent goat. Footage released by the sheriff shows Deputy Patrick McKendrich being repeatedly headbutted by a goat while attempting to walk through a gate. After initially being shocked at the animal's behavior, the deputy can be heard calmly telling the animal, "I need you to stop." There are no details on just how the deputy ended up in the corral with the goat. At least we got video of it.
Proof. All right, the newly discovered comet Nishimura will be closest to Earth around sunrise tomorrow. It's already visible from Earth, and amateur astronomers are spotting it with the naked eye. The best chance to see it might be checking the horizon just before sunrise. It'll be about 78 million miles away, but the website Earth Sky says it could be difficult for some to see. That's because it'll be just north of the eastern horizon, and the sun's brightness could overpower it. Nishimura will be closest to the sun, though, on October 17th.
September 17th.
Oh, I'm sorry, September 17th, thank you, which might be the best chance to spot it for many people.
Well, you got to get these clouds out of here first.
Yeah.
I'm waiting around for Haley's to come back.
And
Is
when
it coming back?
I don't know, it should.
I'll look that up.
Yeah, it's coming around.
We'll check the research department.
Yeah, your research department's right here.
All right, kind of fall-like conditions continue.
Yeah, we could have more showers tomorrow, even a thunderstorm, but yeah, it's going to be fall-like. But the good news is, like I said, once we get past Wednesday, it's going to warm back up to
2061.
70s. I'll be around, right?
Yeah, sure you will.
So we'll break that down, and how warm it'll get by the end of the week, all that after the break.
It's only 40 years.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Look, Mom, I found one.
Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the two largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
Why choose between a longer life or quality of life? You deserve both. And with Kisqali, a treatment for people with metastatic breast cancer, you can have both. Kisqali is a pill that, when taken with an aromatase inhibitor, is the only treatment of its kind shown to both help people live longer and improve or preserve quality of life. Because you shouldn't have to sacrifice one for the other. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Live longer and live well. Ask about Kisqali, and long live you.
Champion Windows is celebrating our 70th anniversary with our best sale of the year. Right now, buy 2 Comfort 365 windows and get 2 free. Don't sweat over high energy bills. Buy 2, get 2 free. Call or schedule your free estimate online at getchampionwindows.com.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we've had the 90s earlier this week, and we might get really close to 80, but if you're probably wondering when's the last few days we're going to see that, well, 90s kind of passed, although we did have some of those. 80s is towards the end of the month, and 70s in October. Once again, we'll get 70s. We might even touch a few spots with the 80s. And obviously, we're getting to the time of the year when frost could be an issue, not for another couple weeks, but something to keep in mind of once we get towards the end of the month, that frost will start creeping in. We might even see some of the colder spots up north get some of that later this week. Overall, some showers tomorrow, maybe a thunderstorm too. Once again, this pattern is also conducive to see some morning fog, probably every morning, depending on location, and maybe a few showers coming up this weekend too. Temperatures, on the other hand, cool 60s, will warm back up to the 70s through the weekend. Once again, you could touch 80, and overnight lows will be quite chilly in some areas. Some of the coldest spots probably will dip into the 30s a few of these nights, depending on the cloud cover. Overall, here's the big picture. Here's the frontal system to the south, all the rain, and showers kind of wrapping around this. That's what we're expecting this evening. And up to the north, that is the system that's going to be driving south tomorrow. They'll provide the opportunity for showers and even a few storms. You can see that as you wake up tomorrow, fairly dry, but then this circulation comes down and starts developing, and by late afternoon, probably coming through the Madison area around the PM commute, maybe through the evening. Once we get past that, we'll start cleaning up at least a cloud cover, and the temperatures will start warming up. The pattern later in the week, we're going to start building the warmth out to the west, and that is going to get pulled probably to our area by Friday, maybe get into the area Saturday, and that's why we might touch some of the 80s before then we have another system, that weak front that comes through this weekend that'll pull maybe a little bit of cooler air. Notice off to the left too, the Hurricane Lee. A lot of questions are going to be coming to fruition as we go up towards the northeast. What's going to go on as that system gets close to the northeast later this weekend? So a lot of eyes will be posted on what's going on with that too. Otherwise, we're going to see for this evening a few showers here and there, but we'll probably see those begin to taper off after about 9 or 10. A lot of areas may clear out a little bit temporarily overnight, seeing temperatures get down into the low mid 50s, maybe in a few spots up to the north, getting into the 40s. You'll wake up tomorrow, probably partly sunny skies, but then we're going to see at least some showers developing off to the west by noon coming through, and then maybe some more robust showers and even a thunderstorm as we get closer in the afternoon time frame. Something to keep in mind of, and this will go on probably through the evening commute, getting up into the mid to upper 60s, a little bit more sun tomorrow. That'll come through this evening. We'll see it tapering off, probably not until close to after midnight, and then we'll start cleaning up once again, cloud cover, getting back down probably into the 40s as we go into Wednesday morning. So we got a couple more rounds of showers and thunderstorms going, but tomorrow we'll at least start off dry, and then we'll keep an eye as we go towards the afternoon. Rainfall, not much this evening expected. The next amount that could come through, once again, depends if we get some of these stronger showers, maybe up to a quarter, even a half if we get a couple rounds go through a same location, but not much, but you will expect that by the afternoon time. So something to keep in mind of. Otherwise, once we get past the temperatures in the mid 60s, we'll get back up to the 70s by Thursday, climb close to 80 by Friday. Once again, a weak front coming through maybe this weekend. A shower or two is possible. It looks still mainly dry. And then overall pretty seasonal as we go through next week, with temperatures in the low 70s and, lows in the low 50s and highs in the low 70s.
Just about perfect. All right, Greg, thank you. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joins us now as we go beyond the barometer.
And today we are talking about the naming of tropical cyclones. So, Gary, how does this work?
They pull names out of a hat.
There you go.
There you go.
Years ago, there weren't names given to storms. Back through really the first half of the 20th century, before weather satellites, there could be storms out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean that would be undetected. But once we started getting in the middle 1950s, several storms were happening at the same time, and so the United States Weather Bureau named them to make sure that people knew the differences between the storms. First, they started with the Greek alphabet, and then they switched over to using women's names. And they did that until 1979 because hurricanes were considered unpredictable like women. So that's why they get. So they finally the National Weather Service came to their senses in the late 1970s, and now they alternate men's and women's names. However, there's a lot of names that can be used. Let's take a look first of all at the area that's covered. So basically, we start from the Central Pacific Ocean. So there's a set of names that's used from the National Weather Service in Honolulu for that area. The Eastern Pacific Ocean, those names and the names for the Gulf of Mexico, as well as the Atlantic Ocean, those come from the World Meteorological Organization, the WMO, and have input from the National Hurricane Center as well as other countries as well. So they're submitted by any country that could be affected by tropical cyclones in those areas. So, for example, in the Eastern Atlantic Ocean, you're talking about Cuba, or Western Atlantic Ocean, you're talking about Cuba, you're talking about the Dominican Republic, Mexico. So they all have input. They can submit names. So that's why there's a mix of English names and Hispanic names and French names there. And of course, they alternate men's and women's. And the list will repeat every 6 years. Now, if a storm is really bad, for example, last year, Hurricane Ian, they hit Florida, those names have been retired, and the WMO will select a new name that will replace it on the list. So these are the names for the Atlantic area, and you can see so far we're up to Margot. Lee, of course, and Margot are still out there, but there's other names to go. Now, should we run out of those names? It used to be that they used the Greek alphabet, but there have been a couple of bad Greek alphabet names when they've run out of names, and what do you replace it with if you retire something from the Greek alphabet? So now they have a list of names that's always the same, unless, of course, one of those storms is bad, then that gets replaced. But every year that supplementary list will remain the same. So, it's rare that you get that many storms. And then, of course, for the Pacific Ocean, the Eastern Pacific Ocean, you have even more names. And most of these have more of a Hispanic bent to them because Mexico and the Central American region. And so you can see all of those names there, and then the supplementary list that is used if they run out of names. And then that's the 6-year list that gets repeated every year. So the storms that are used in 2023 will be repeated again in 2029. Unless, of course, they get retired, and then
we will see Arlene again.
You will see Arlene in 2029.
Okay.
Yes.
And what letter has the most retired hurricane?
I don't know. You asked why would I don't know it off the top of my head. But there's a list of names that's on the National Hurricane site that you can see all the names that have been retired. So usually they're toward the middle of the alphabet because that's kind of toward the peak of hurricanes.
It's actually I week because we had the meteorologist from the Eric Herndon on. Okay. And he brought that up.
So I. Okay.
Yeah, but there's never been a Hurricane Gary, at least for
Mark
Charlotte. So,
and we're not on the list.
Names, yeah, but again, there's been Marco, and there's I think Gerardo is on there. So
Charlotta.
Yeah, you can't submit a name. National Hurricane Center will not take them. So.
All right.
Well, I'm glad they have men and women now.
Yes. Yeah.
Because
it makes it much more
women
equitable.
are unpredictable.
Were
they all men working in that office at that time?
Back in the U.S. Weather Bureau back in the 1950s, most likely, yes.
Probably smoking cigarettes and watching the satellites. All right, Gary.
There weren't weather satellites.
No, there weren't. All right, thank you, Gary.
Okay.
Coming up next year on Live at 4, we get to we have our pet of the week, Maxwell the dog.
Oh, bring that dog in. And then at 5, counterfeit cash has become a problem in Wisconsin Dells. Hear from a store owner about how it is negatively impacting business there.
Keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa.
Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Feldco will be here for your home renewal needs. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest until 2025. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Memories matter.
I think the biggest thing I got out of my service in Vietnam was a real sense of patriotism. I'm very proud of what I did. I fought for you, and I'd fight for you again.
This September 11th, we remember, and we never forget those who sacrificed everything for our freedoms. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service, and we know that your memories matter.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Did you get hit with big energy bills this summer? You aren't alone, and we want to help. Because if your house was hot this summer, it's going to be cold this winter, and heating and cooling is by far the biggest energy user in your home. That's why our foam insulation is such a great investment. Our best offer of the year just ended August 31st. But to help you get ready for winter, we're going to extend it until September 22nd. When we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Tonight at 5, counterfeit bills are popping up in the Dells. I'll tell you about how many police have found and how it's impacting businesses here.
Temperatures will be on the cool side for the next few days. There'll be chances for showers this evening and then again Tuesday afternoon and evening. Dry and milder weather returns later in the week. At 5, we'll let you know how cool it'll be.
And ahead at 6, keep kids cozy this winter with our Coats for Kids. Help us pack the truck and change lives in our community. That's tonight at 6.
Keeping the weather satellite a spin, we end up at the Flight 93 National Memorial in Stony Creek Township, Pennsylvania, where it is 75 degrees. Solemn day today. But we're going to lighten things up with our Pet of the Week. Lisa Bernard from the Dane County Humane Society is here with a handful.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Okay, so
Hi, how are
this
ya?
is
Maxwell.
Maxwell.
Say hi, Maxwell.
He came in with a bent ear.
Yes.
Still got it.
Bent ear that looks so adorable.
Yes.
Beautiful eyes that sparkle and draw you in.
How old?
3 months.
Okay, I was going to say, the energy
Yes.
is ripe for a...
And a terrier?
He's a terrier
Well, they
mix.
put the terror in terrier.
No, it's all love.
It's all okay.
So he just arrived earlier this month from an overcrowded shelter in Texas.
Oh,
3 months?
right.
He's going to be a big guy.
He is. He's got some weight to him. He's a little older, well, bigger than my puppy, and she's older.
What's the ideal home for Max?
So he's going to want an energetic family, someone who can meet his needs as a puppy. Obviously, he's going through his chewing spurts, because as puppies do,
That's what
because
they do.
their mouths hurt so much right now as they're growing their teeth
Right.
like babies. So he's going to need some appropriate chewing toys.
Does he get along with other dogs? And
You know, I think he could, as long as they're,
3 months.
he's a puppy. Just start out slow and let them lead the way with
Can you
it.
hear that tail hit the couch? So much energy. So much energy.
Oh, it's a puppy.
Okay,
He's
so...
a puppy and so many kisses. I mean, when I was carrying him, he's just like, I will kiss you so many times.
I think we've lost the microphone now.
I'm so
All heck is
sorry.
breaking loose.
That's okay. Oh my gosh.
So much puppiness
So you
here.
got a fundraiser going on here?
We do. Well,
Bucky
with
Book?
Bucky Books.
That's a great deal.
Bucky Books, when you buy your book online through a special website, we get a 10% donation for animals in need.
There's great coupons in there.
It's great coupons. So you're saving for yourself, you're helping animals in need. It helps out everybody.
The book costs $35, and you get Actually, you get more than 10%. You get $10. This is even better.
Yes.
A better deal.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Now there goes the microphone cord.
Okay, and let's talk about last week's pet. I'm loving this name, Sith Lord the cat.
He
been
did.
adopted.
Yes, he has.
He was so cute.
He found his apprentice.
I'm wondering if they changed the name.
I don't know.
I don't know. We haven't heard
adorable.
yet. So
Let's get Max at home here.
Okay.
yes, let's find Max
some
at home.
chew toys.
We need a fun,
He's a
energetic
puppy.
family.
He's a puppy.
Yes,
He's
and
having a blast.
giving him better toys in my hand, giving him these different toys. Obviously, he's not loving his dinosaur right now.
That's okay.
But maybe he's an animal lover.
Couldn't
so
go to
he
give
needs something
shelter.
more not animal-like.
.org for information about Maxwell and all the other events going on there. Lisa, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Max.
What was that?
Max is like he's hearing something else.
that?
We've got to
Yes.
get to the next thing.
Yes.
Well, nothing scares up box office numbers like a good scary movie.
Film critic Will Loper has the proof when Live at 4 continues.
Join Ortho Teen Clinic's Dr. Ashish M. Raval on September 14th to learn about the causes of shoulder pain and pain relief options. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Summer fun means one thing. It's time to visibly say goodbye to crow's feet, fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye bags, and say hello to smooth, beautiful, younger-looking skin in 10 minutes with Plexiderm.
Oh my God. I can't believe I have no lines in my face. I'm like 20 years younger.
Plexiderm smooths away wrinkles without foundation, without color makeup, and without expensive procedures. And it works in 10 minutes. Plus, the results last up to 10 hours. And best of all, you could try it for only $14.95 this summer.
This isn't the first time I've been on TV raving about this product. It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. There's been creams, there's been lotions. Nothing works like this.
We were away on vacation. If you go down to the islands, they always want to take you in a booth and put some stuff on you. And my husband said, boy, that stuff really works. And I said, I washed this off hours ago. This is Plexiderm. This is what works.
When I tried Plexiderm the first time, my daughter said, oh, Dad, did you get a haircut? And I said, no, I tried this Plexiderm product out. Oh, you look so much younger. I said, oh, thank you.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing under-eye bags and wrinkles from view in minutes. The science is incredible, but the results are even better.
No, this looks really good. All these lines are gone. Amazing. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I look amazing. It's like so full of myself.
I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm. I put it on my face, and I'm not joking. It works.
So take action this summer and pack up your under-eye bags and wrinkles and put them on vacation with Plexiderm. Try our summertime special and get it for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Join Ortho Teen Clinic's Dr. Ashish M. Raval on September 14th to learn about the causes of shoulder pain and pain relief options. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
Well, nothing like a good scary movie to get people to head to the theater.
That was the case this past weekend. Here's film critic Will Loper with the box office numbers in the Loper Report.
Well, we know fall is around the corner when pumpkin spice is in the air and horror movies are releasing in theaters, such as The Nun 2, which opened to #1 this past weekend, scaring up an impressive $32.6 million.
There's something wrong with the school.
Something doesn't feel right.
The Nun 2 is the 9th movie in the Conjuring film universe, which consists of 3 Conjuring movies, a couple Annabelle movies, and yes, a really scary nun with glowing eyes. The year is 1956, and the nun is scaring more people. That's about enough plot you need. The first half of the film is populated mostly by jump scares of the nun popping out and a loud noise plays. The last third, things get a little more interesting, with one legitimately creepy moment and all heck breaking loose as our hero Irene, played by Thaisa Farmiga, tries to defeat the nun. This may be a better film than the first Nun movie from 2018, but unless you're dying for horror movies leading up to Halloween, you're safe in skipping The Nun 2. Also in theaters, just a mere 21 years after the original, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3 opened to number 3 with 10 million.
A lot has happened since My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Like I never left.
My father passed away, and his last wish was for us to visit his childhood village and reconnect with our roots.
Nia Vardalos, John Corbett, and the rest of the family are off to Greece for a family reunion.
There's no other bedrooms. Family sleepover. This is one reunion we'll never forget.
If you've seen the first 2 Big Fat Greek Weddings, you know what you're in for. Goofy family hijinks, clashes between members that are fairly easily resolved, and sentimental moments to tie it all up. This third outing goes down easy, and fans of the first films will still find enough to enjoy, but it's easily the weakest of the trilogy. Wait until it's on streaming to see My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. Over on streaming services, new on Netflix Friday is the romantic drama Love at First Sight.
This is me.
This is unexpected.
Haley Lou Richardson and Ben Hardy star as Hadley and Oliver, who meet and fall for each other on a flight. But when it lands, they lose track of each other.
The odds of finding your soulmate are slim to none.
This is my number. Text me so I've got yours. Oh, no.
The odds of finding them again, good luck.
And streaming on Disney Plus Wednesday is the short Carl's Date.
Miss Meyer likes me and wants to go out on a date. Huh? I don't know how to date.
The grumpy character from Pixar's Up has a date and no idea how to go about it.
There's so much to do. This is not fun at all.
For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
You really don't teach old dogs new tricks. I am old?
Doug the dog is my favorite character from
That was a great movie.
Mm-hmm. It's fantastic.
All right, well, the final check your forecast coming up.
Did you know that Wisconsin Vision offers telehealth eye exams? I just scheduled my telehealth eye exam easily on their website. Once in store, a tech helps get me started and then pre-checks my eyes. See my eye on the screen? Then I have my telehealth eye exam virtually with a licensed optometrist on the TV.
Everything looks great, Kate. You're going to love your new prescription.
Ask about our $69 eye exam. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Hi, it's Preston from Window World, your locally owned and nationally known remodeler. Experience customer care and appreciation like you deserve with a family-owned small business located right here in Madison.
Let us prove to you that comfort and quality are affordable with a new patio door installed starting at $3,400.
For the best windows, the best install, and the best price, call Window World today.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhoffels. Right now, save up to $900 on Beautyrest adjustable base sets. Beautyrest queen mattresses start at only $399. And when you upgrade to a Beautyrest Black, you'll get $300 in Steinhoffels cash, plus a $100 MasterCard rewards card. Beautyrest Black queen mattresses start at just $44 per month when you use Steinhoffels' special 72-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
At Lawton Cates, we connect you with top medical specialists after a serious injury. We hold the insurance company responsible for your lost wages and hospital bills, and we won't accept anything less than what you deserve. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Tonight at 5, counterfeit bills are popping up in the Dells. I'll tell you about how many police have found and how it's impacting businesses here.
Then keep kids cozy this winter with our Coats for Kids. Help us pack the truck and change lives in our community. That's next at 5.
Help us pack the truck to kick off Coats for Kids.
News 3 Now is collecting kid-size winter coats today at Clinky Cleaners on Monona Drive.
Stop by with a coat to keep kids warm this winter.
Pack the truck for Coats for Kids.
Yeah, we'll see another round of showers and thunderstorms possible tomorrow with temperatures in the mid-60s, climbing to the 70s by the weekend. We'll be back right after the break.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
At Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Maximize your storage space with Dakota Shelving. We offer a variety of finishes to match your style with our great selection of customizable closets. Get this wooden closet system for $198.97 after 11% off. Continue your renovations with super fast vinyl plank flooring. It's waterproof and easy to install, making it perfect for any room in the home. Super fast Ridgeplex vinyl plank flooring is just $229 per square foot after rebates.
Save big money at Menards.
When it's time to remodel your home, lean on the experts at Brothers Maine for all things appliances. As Madison and Janesville's local appliance authority since 1938, our experienced staff will make your project easy from concept to completion. Better than big box, Brothers Maine has a larger selection, lower prices, and professional advice to bring your vision to life. On time and on budget. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Just where do you two think you're going without your safety gear?
You know how we feel about riding without your gear.
Well, it's so nice out.
We're only going for a short ride.
Maybe we should listen to them more often.
I told you so.
And be home on time for dinner!
What do you win when you load up on local at Willie Street Co-op? Well, your health wins because your food is fresher, healthier, and more flavorful than food that's traveled long distances. Our community wins because you're putting your money back into the local economy through hardworking farmers and vendors. Our planet wins because you're helping to reduce packaging waste, preserve farmland, and protect water quality. So, next time you're at Willie Street Co-op, remember that choosing local food is a win-win-win for everyone.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
At Wanakee Furniture ETC.
In today's Final Touch, a team of ocean explorers found a sunken golden treasure.
But it's not what you may think. Deep-sea explorers were at a loss for words after discovering a mysterious golden orb on the ocean floor. Scientists aboard the NOAA ship Okios Explorer were full of questions as they poked and prodded the bizarre iridescent specimen, which they say was found roughly 2 miles beneath the surface in the Gulf of Alaska. Video of the discovery was live streamed and later shared to NOAA's YouTube page, which has been a literal treasure trove of weird and wild underwater discoveries over the years. Scientists collected a sample of the orb for study in their lab, leaving the team searching for answers.
So we still don't know?
Not yet. They're looking at it.
Pretty cool stuff.
We'll have an update when we get one. News 3 Now 5 starts right now.